What's good, people? Ladies and men to join, pappies and mommies, boys and girls. Before I get fixed and endorsed by a dentist, now maybe the guy with a talk saying teeth no complete. And guess what? It's about to get juicy. Because I'm the type of guy that like to bring the juice to the table. So sumptuous and tasty, like Jazzy's burger. I bring the vibes to you. Call me Ano Vibes. You know as it be. Welcome to Talk Your Hustle. Stay locked down and don't go nowhere.
Nanja matter don't kuku tie rapper. Problem no gree finish as we dey face them, so we embrace them.
So, ladies and gentlemen, I have an amazing guest here. She's so creative, so talented. Right now, I'm still looking for the adjective to use to qualify her, to define her personality, her character, you know. She's such an amazing person, and she's really making waves in the industry right now. She's mind-blowing. She's really good at what she does, ladies and gentlemen. Without further ado, let me just introduce you to Havfy. Ladies and gentlemen. Drum roll, please. Clap, clap. Make that clap now. What's up? Yeah. So what's good?
I'm
Day, like, you know what? I want you to just kind of introduce yourself, like tell people who you are.
okay.
Yeah.
Hello guys, my name is Havfy. I'm an unapologetic black woman, a Nigerian, a spoken word artist, and I use my spoken word poetry to tackle societal issues and also to just have fun. Yeah.
Okay, great. So to start with, I really want to know who is Havfy.
Havfy.
Yeah.
I'm yet to quite put my finger on it. I am an artist becoming, a woman becoming. I am a lot of things. I'm an embodiment of a lot of things, but I am growing in the process, and maybe one of these days I will eventually come to put my finger on who Havfy is. But right now, Havfy is becoming.
That's interesting. Okay, so how did you come about the spoken word? Like being a spoken word artist, like when did it start? How did you start? Take us on a little journey.
Okay, I started writing from a tender age. I started writing from childhood, before motive, before I knew what I was doing. I had this Olympic exercise book I would write at the back of my notebook. So my mom always complains, she beats me. There was this time she followed me to school to go and complain to my teacher. So my teacher told her to get me an extra exercise book so that way I won't have to write in my notebook. So I was writing right from childhood. But poetry, I got introduced to poetry to Niyi Oshundare. I read one of his work in one of my sister's textbook. I think the title of the poem is my Killing Without a Sword. Killing Without a Sword. I didn't like poems, honestly. I didn't used to like poems, so I thought it was one very boring thing. English full everywhere. It was really boring. But that was the first poem I understood and it made sense. Then I read another poem titled The Stars Did It. Then I read another poem titled The Cancer Cry in that same textbook. And it just blew my mind. Some of the poems, The Cancer Cry made me laugh. And then I was like, how is it I'm understanding this piece I'm reading? So I wanted to write my own. I did. I shared it to my friends in the literary class I used to join. They liked it. And I was like, why not? That was how I started poetry.
Wow, amazing. So before we proceed here, I want you to kind of tell us your background, like what's it like growing up and you know, to becoming Havfy and to what you study in school and all that. Yeah.
Yeah, I was born in Niger State. I was born in Kogi, right? But I was brought up in Niger State. I spent my primary, secondary, my nursery, primary, secondary school life in Niger State. I spent my whole life there. Then I had to move to school to Zaria. But I've been having dealings. My side hustle has been taking me traveling to places before I finally decided to base myself in Abuja. My side hustle brought me to Abuja and I decided to stay. But from childhood, although my physique might come off as though I am one Ajebo,
One small, skimpy, beautiful baby girl.
I've had it going smooth for me from childhood. But in truth, I grew up in a typical Nigerian home. My mom she owned a kiosk, like she owned a shop where she sells regular things. I grew up in a typical Nigerian atmosphere. And the kind of environment I grew was not the type that encouraged reading, and I grew up practically in a semi-ghetto. He tried, but
Like
yes.
streets.
Street, yes, I grew up in the street. I think I wrote a piece
Yeah.
titled "I Grew Up on This Street."
Yeah,
Yes,
vibes,
right.
yeah.
Yeah. So I grew up on the streets with my family. Actually, not a street child. I had parents and family. So I started from a very regular, humble beginning. But the fact that the writing thing has always been inbuilt was there. I've started writing from childhood before I cared about writing, and I love reading other people's work because I was interested in writing, right? And somehow my mom consciously or unconsciously supported my writing career. She did not realize she was doing it, but she loves to buy me books if she has the money or I request for. And then the kind of people I mingle with, the kind of school I went to, I schooled in my nursery school they called it Honey Home. It was a creche that turned into a primary school. Then I schooled in Spring Citadel and other, yeah. So the kind of the kind of people I mingle with encouraged my reading, and that was how I grew. I've always wanted more. I've always felt like I was more than that street I was living. Doki, I knew that somewhere deep down I wanted a better life for myself. Yes.
Okay, Harvey. So before you talked about you doing in a hustle, you like engaged in a particular hustle that took you to Abuja. Then like, so what's the hustle actually? Is it the same spoken word, or was it something different?
Like, I like to use the word, like, I like to say that right from childhood I've always been an expressive child, although people use the word brazen on me because it's in northern environment. I grew up in a northern setting, and ladies are characterized by a certain kind of behavior, but I was too eccentric, I was too forward, I was too expressive. I loved theater, I loved to act, I loved to, there was a time I even sang.
Wow, like,
Yeah, there was a time in my life I sang, but
what was it that I think you've pretty much done everything?
I have done a
related
lot
to arts.
yeah.
You know,
I think there was an article that came out about me. Hafsat Abdullahi, jack of all trade, master of all.
you know, because when I checked your bio, I saw influencer, actor, spoken word artist, poet, you know, and a lot of things, you know, ambassador. Like, what's it, you know, they do? Honestly, like, you know, because they give me ginger, to be honest. Like, personally, for me, you inspire me, and just looking at what you do, it's really so beautiful, and it kind of motivates me at the same time. But now I want to ask, what actually inspires you to do what you do? Like, where do you get your inspiration from, your motivation to actually, you know, put out the masterpieces that you give to us? Yeah.
When I was younger, I would say my inspiration is my feelings, maybe how I connect to certain things. I'll say melancholia. I feel maybe when I'm in deep sadness.
You always sad, like, you know, that song that this guy.
But in truth, right now, I try not to tie my inspiration to anything. I'd say my inspiration is my environment. If there's anything I don't like about my immediate environment, I create something to show my distaste for it. If maybe the state of the nation now, I don't completely like I'm not completely comfortable with the state of Nigeria, I write about it. If I love the Nigerian spirit to the state of the nation, I write about it. I don't like the way the girl in English class is treating me, I write about it. So I try not to tie my inspiration to one certain thing so that I don't become identified by that thing. That girl, she's a sad poet, or she's an angry poet, or this one, she's English. No, I can be ghetto, I can be English, I can be everything. And that is the whole idea of creativity, the unpredictableness of it. The fact that they don't even know what is coming next from this girl, right? So yeah, I don't have a single object of inspiration. My inspiration is my immediate environment.
Okay. So I don't know if this sounds similar to the previous question, but I think there's a thin line between both. Initially, I asked you what inspired you, but this is actually deeper for me. Like, why do you do this?
Why do you write? For
like, why do you write? Why do you do spoken word? Like, beyond, you know, like something inspires you, but personally, is it like a purpose or something? Like, why do you do it?
You know,
that's the
when I
question,
started initially, I was like, I started writing before motive. That means I now have a motive, right? Initially, there are a lot of reasons as to why I delve into different kind of professions, right? Why I act, why I model. I side hustle. One of my side hustles is modeling too, and I'm a fashion designer. I make almost everything I wear.
Wow, you're a lot though.
Yeah, but why? I think what I'm mostly identified by is my writing. Right? Why do I write? Right? A normal person will say, or the ideal answer should be that I'm writing to tackle societal issues, to speak up for the voiceless, to be a voice for the voiceless, to tackle a lot of issues, right? For people, it's about the people. But also, the fact that I started writing before motive remains, right? Writing is like the air I breathe. Writing has become therapy for me at a point. Writing is therapeutical. There are times I write to feel better. There was a time was not happy with the condition of my life. I wrote about running away from home, even when I have not really run away from home. But the thought has crossed my mind. I wrote about suicide because there was a time in my life that I was down. I was unsatisfied with I was a restless child. I wanted so much more. Get so. Writing is like the air I breathe. Writing is like an inbuilt part of me. It's like breathing. If I don't write, then what will I do? I write because it's a part of me. I write because I have to. If I don't write, I don't know what I will do.
Wow, that's beautiful, honestly. You talked about writing a piece, that has to do with you running away from me. But did you run away from me?
No, of course not. But
are you Osanle? Like, do you hear people say Osanle? Person will run come off for
No,
house.
I'm not. I've never done it. I've never.
Because I was beginning to add everything up. Like, okay, she said she went to Abuja. Then did she run away from home?
I did not run away from home.
Oh, okay. Why? Cool. So you are based in Abuja currently, and why is that? And what you doing in Abuja currently?
Okay, so I sew. Sewing is one of my side hustle.
Well, that's what you guys don't know. Listen, you heard it here first. So, and from what I've seen so far, she makes masterpieces. Like I work though.
Okay, so sewing brought me to Abuja. I came for a wedding. That's how Abuja happened. And then I stayed over at a friend's place, and then there were some girls that didn't get their Ashobi dresses made. So I was like, I can sew. My friend can sew. She sews very well. So I made the Ashobi dresses for the ladies, and they loved it so much. I was like, please, how long are you staying? Please, I want to sew some more. So I made a few more dresses. I was like, these people pay better than the Niger I used to stay.
Woo!
So I was are you sure
Cash
I will
out.
not start business here?
Oh,
so I
boy.
started squatting with my friends in it. Amazing person, Favor. She let me squat in her house for a long period of time.
Wow.
Before I was able to get my own space. Right?
Hold up a second. Favor, this is for you right here. Yeah. She said it.
Yeah, so I stayed over.
Media never forgets. She said it. Yeah.
Yeah, get friends that care about you, and you need people in your process. You need people. But also, if you find people that genuinely care about you, hold them tight, because there was no way I could have come this far with a number of people, right? So shout out to everyone that has been part of my story. Yes, so
amazing.
My sewing brought me to Abuja. I was still doing spoken word, but I felt like I was putting more into my art than my art was giving me. But I can't stop doing spoken word, or I can't stop writing. So I was using the money of sewing to support spoken word.
Like to push the hustle.
The
Literally.
videos I shoot, I'll collect money from here and pour it inside here. So there was one time it was discouraging, like, why is my life like this? Why is it turning around in circle? Because
on your own.
I was using, there were others, I ghostwrite, I do other side hustles, but I use side hustle money to push the main passion, and the passion was not giving me anything. Nobody still know me. It was tiring. So yeah, but fashion brought me to Abuja.
Okay.
Not spoken word poetry, but spoken word poetry happened in
the
Abuja.
process.
Yeah, the process happened.
Wow, that's beautiful. So, like, do you have a page where people can like find your work, like your fashion line? Because literally everything that I think everybody literally knows about you right now is your spoken word, and they don't know there's more to you. That you're literally into literally into art.
Yeah.
So there's a lot you do and all that. I don't know if you have a page currently for that.
Yeah, it's even funny that I created a fashion page before I created a Havfy brand page, right? It was Havvy's fashion, but then I think it got it had over 2,000 followers. It was hacked. It got hacked, and then I had to create a new one. Instead of Havvy's fashion, it became Havvy_fashion. Okay. So I have a brand where I use as my portfolio. I just post pictures of works, random works I've had. I didn't take it seriously after I got hacked. Then spoken word happened. I got busy with spoken word, so I kept it to hang. But at random, each time I wear a dress, you see I tag outfit by Harvest Fashion. I make
Oh.
almost everything you've seen me wear on stage.
Yeah,
I make my dresses.
That's totally nice.
The yellow
though.
one, the one I wore at UNICEF, all my dresses are made by me.
Oh wow, beautiful, beautiful. That's cool. So what are some of the challenges that you faced, that you face currently, or probably you faced before, as a spoken word artist?
It's not easy. Like when I said what I said about putting the art is not a recognized art in Nigeria. Spoken word poetry is not recognized in Nigeria, and because it's now recognized but was not recognized, and as a result of that, it is not an art that people will want to invest in or put money inside because they don't know if it's as lucrative. Because yeah, even if a brand, or a brand, or maybe a management want to sign you, for example, they don't know if it's going to pay back. What if they have invested so much and then spoken word is not as selling as it is? So as a result of that, it limits me, right? And also because it's not lucrative, you find that people are not really interested in pushing the art. Like let's say you are a singer, it's easy for you to get a collab. They know that okay, this lady or this guy has a promising talent of singing. You see people who are willing to collab with you, people are willing to like assist you to push your art. But in this case, because it's not something visible enough, you see that you don't really get the support that you need. So most times you see yourself doing almost everything. There was a time in my life I was a whole management. I am a fashion designer, I am a manager, I am my videographer, I am my everything.
Like,
But then there's how I'll twist my voice and pick calls and be like, hello, this is our manager or something. Bro.
Well, from the look of things, you seem to really manage like everything that you do so well, and from like the way it looks online and from what you do, you actually like, should I say, I don't know if it's right for me to call you jack of all trade, master of all, if that makes sense.
Yeah, it makes sense.
Because you seem to like do everything like so perfectly well, and I think that makes you. This makes sense to. I don't know if it makes sense to call you this right now, but a supernatural being. Like you just. How would I put it? A genius. Wow. So yeah, so that's basically what I would like to say. And aside every other thing that's going on, is there any project that you're currently working on? What should we be expecting from you and all that?
Yeah, I ran a few collabs, or more like a few features with some of your favorite artists. And I'm not giving spoilers. I'm not giving spoilers.
Oh, okay.
I'm not going to tell you them. It's going to be a surprise. Don't worry. But I've been working on. Also, I have like truckload of video shoots I need to make because I need to be releasing content as often as possible. But the reason I've taken taking time to do it is because I feel like my audience deserve good stuff. I'm not dropping. I choose quality over quantity.
Boom.
If it's good enough, you deserve the best. I'm not going to be dropping because I want to drop. I want to drop something that makes sense. So I'm taking my time. Good things take time.
Takes time.
Yeah, but it will drop soon, I promise.
Oh, okay, cool. That's amazing. And what like are the things that you currently do to stay motivated?
Yeah, it's true. I think every creative have.
I don't know if you get the question.
Yeah,
like, because it's different.
To
like,
stay motivated.
Yeah,
Yeah, it's hard to
because
stay
when
motivated.
you get there, it's a total different ball game.
thing,
You know.
yeah.
So when you get there, how do you stay there? Like, how do you stay motivated? Because even the motivation that your speaker gives to you will not last long. It's like drinking like a bottle of 3 bottles
it takes
of beer.
time.
You get high.
It
Oh my God,
reverse
clear
it.
for your eye. You understand?
It's true.
So like, how do you stay motivated?
Truth is not easy, but this is how I make it work. There are times I feel pressure. There's so much pressure. When I finally reached that level of visibility, it was too much because I've spent all my life in the shadows.
Wow.
So boom, I woke up one night and 78,000 people are following me. It's scary.
Wow.
And then I could just go to maybe an eatery and someone would just tell me, "You look familiar." I'm not used to I'm not used to attention. I'm not used to being noticed. There's certain movies that you might have seen me that was a cleaner or house girl. I've always been that person behind the scene. I've never really existed. It's not like I don't really enjoy, to a level I enjoy the attention, but the pressure is there. And the need to meet up to that standard
Okay.
that I've already like brought out to everybody is still there.
Okay, cool.
But this is how I manage to stay motivated. That whenever I feel low, I feel like an imposter, I just go to some of my most successful posts, read the comments, right? That's why I always remind my fans that they're the reason why some of us keep going. You read their comments, their building comments, you see them make really heartfelt comments. Some people will take their time and type a lot of things. I know how very hard it is for this generation to type. They will settle down and type comments. I read those comments.
Okay.
Sometimes it helps to motivate me. When I view some of my achievements in the past, I see the numbers of likes and followership. It motivates me. So one of my biggest motivation is my fans, my followers.
Okay, great.
And I want to extend a similar love to them as time goes by.
All right. Okay. So, Havfy, who are the set of people that you look up to?
I have a number of people I look up to, and the reason why I have this, there are many actually. The reason there are that many is because I try to watch each distinct special characters about these certain people, so that I can pick from them and learn from them and see if I can better improve myself. One of the person on the top of the list is Chimamanda Adichie. I've always idolized her. I've never seen her, but
Amazing.
I love that lady. Then Titilope Shonuga. Then Beyonce.
Wow.
The reason why I look up to Beyonce is her dogged spirit in her art, like how she manages to stay at top.
I think she's fierce.
Yes, she's fierce. Yeah, I love Beyonce for that. So how she manages to stay at top, I want that kind of passion she puts into her art. I want to emulate that. I want to copy that. Yes, I want to be unique like Beyonce.
Okay.
Yeah. Ify Paul, Bash Amuneni,
Nice.
Neil Israel, Portia O. The list is endless.
Mad,
But these are the
mad.
ones on top of the list.
Well, have you, before you say me, I'm Oliver Twist, or before you say this guy has come again, why is it that you just mention all these foreign guys? And it's like we need to be doing a lot like better in our country. I don't think I'm not sure you mentioned anybody in Nigeria.
All the people I mentioned are Nigerians.
Are you serious?
Bash
Was I even
Amuneni.
paying attention?
But it's the people I mentioned are not from your community.
Oh,
right?
okay.
These ones are literary. I mentioned people
All
from
right,
the literary
ladies and
community.
gentlemen,
So,
that's just on the lighter notes. I know you guys must be wondering that who is this weird guy? I mean, it's no vibes. That's what they call me. So we're rounding up now, ladies and gentlemen. So do you have any last words you want to share with us? Do you have anything you have to say to your fans, your followers, and all that? Please shoot your shot.
like my motto is follow your most dangerous ideas. It doesn't have to make sense, as long as you feel like there's just something. There's just this sixth sense that comes when you know that yes, I really want to do this. When you really want to do something, you will never go wrong. Keep at it. Keep doing it. They're going to be naysayers. Some of your friends might lose you on the way. Your family might hate you, but just keep at it. Don't stop. You will not regret it, because I learned that last year.
Wow. So thank you so much, Havfy, for joining us. It's nice having you, and we will continue to support your hustle. We will continue to be here for you anytime you need us. And we'll do your back.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
They say follow who no road. So we are following you. So ladies and gentlemen, it's a wrap. It's another vibes, and this is Talk Your Hustle. You're watching I Must Talk TV. Talk the talk, walk the talk. We'll be back. Peace.